I'm here with Roberta Widman and Emily Texter, her daughter. And I have a question for the two of you. How do you view stewardship as a way of life?
Go ahead.
I think of stewardship as a way to give back. We have been so lucky and have been so blessed. And so stewardship gives us a way to share our time, our talents, as well as our financial resources to keep the church going. That we have gotten so much out of the church. It's a foundation of our life. And the church can't do what it needs to do if we're not there to support it in all of those ways.
Through prayer and work and finances
Mm-hmm.
and our talents. And I wanted to be a good example to the people that I came around to, because I want them to believe that I was a Christian too. I think the stewardship involves every aspect of our lives.
You tell me about the impact First Presbyterian Church has had on your family.
I think it's been very involved, because I think that Mama Emily and Dad were very close friends of Greer Davis and Becky. And I think that Dad was very generous with his money to the church. And I think Mama Emily was very involved in the women of the church. Sunday school and church, because Larry went to church even as a child at our church. So we've been associated with that church way, way back. I think as soon as Dad came from St. Louis when he had tuberculosis, that was
Which would have been in the 20s.
That was in the early
So,
20s.
Uh-huh.
And I think that they were friends with the preacher and his wife, and they were very close friends. They traveled together and did all kinds of things. And
So when you came up here to announce your engagement for Thanksgiving, Grandmother Emily passed away suddenly.
she did, and
Mrs. Davis came over and spent the night with you, and that was your first introduction to First Presbyterian Church
it was,
family.
It was. And Greer Davis and Becky treated Larry and I, when we came back to Asheville, sort of like their children. And I worked with Dr. Davis on his books when he wrote the books about my treat. He put me to selling those books for him at our church.
That's funny.
So we've had a long association. Well, I've been, ever since I've been in Nashville, we've been very involved in our church.
And so the Widman room was established after my grandmother Emily passed away, which would have been in 54, 55.
54.
And it was set up as a room to entertain and to have
The brides.
the bride's funeral family in circles.
And it's been changed around, I think, twice since then. But
it needs an update.
speaking of stewardship, now too. But that's been a long time ago.
I know, it has been a long time. But so we've had 3 generations of Widmans at First Presbyterian Church. And it was always a huge treat on Sunday to see my grandparents at church.
And then,
We were little children.
and then when we had Emily and John, we went to church every Sunday, either here or up in Jefferson.
And on Wednesday nights, we had church dinners.
Uh-huh.
We did youth, we did choir, Sunday school. So the church was our family, and all of our good friends, for the most part, were part of the church, especially the youth in the church.
And I've been Larry was an elder and a deacon, and I've been an elder and a deacon, and been a Sunday school teacher, and Larry was a Sunday school teacher with Bernie Gardner and Bruce Greenwald, and the 3 of them rotated. We've been involved in the church ever since we've been here.